Why are poor people poor? Contrary to popular belief, poor people being poor has nothing to do with how much money they have or get or receive. It's what they do with their resources they do receive. That's what makes them poor. First, we'll take it from the top. Spending habits. Poor people buy stuff. That's junk. Stuff that you buy as soon as you take it from the store, it starts losing value where you have to sell it cheaper than what you bought it for as a used item. All right. Middle class people buy liabilities. They buy liabilities. What is a liability? Things that cost you money. Houses, car. They buy bills. They buy car notes, house notes, bus notes. Everything that they buy puts them in debt. That's the middle class. Poor people buy stuff. Hang on. Excuse the interruption. Poor people buy stuff. Useless junk that when they get it from the store it depreciate and they have to sell it in the yard sale for less. Middle class people buy liabilities, things that cost you money. They buy bills, things that they'll end up having to pay for their whole life. A house note, a boat note, a car note, on and on and on. College fund, things that constantly cost them money, liabilities. Rich people buy assets. These are things that make you money. All right. These are the things they buy make them money. All right. Poor people buy stuff that doesn't make them a dime. They can't even sell it for a profit. All right. Middle class people don't buy anything but bills. Rich people buy assets. The asset is something that has a value that you can turn into cash or something that is generating money. Is that so? Poor people are poor because of what they buy with their money. Okay. Step one. Next reason that poor people is poor is because they wish to be rich instead of what they are. So any chance they get, they attempt to emulate rich people in what you call splurging. Let me show you the ghetto circle. This is how the ghetto circle works. At the first of the month, they receive money. Now, instead of staying on the path that they were on, they go off of their path and they start getting extravagant. They start buying pizzas and fast food and extra stuff and lottery tickets and things, all kinds of stuff that they don't need. Buying these extra items is outside of their budget. So what happens? They come up short at the end of the month because they spent money that they didn't have. All right, and so the third week of the month, they're broke again, struggling, starving, straining, struggling. Now, after they struggle through this week and make it to the next month, what do? They tell themselves, "Oh, I've been struggling. I deserve a break. I deserve something." And so they splurge again. My mom calls it feast and famine, and that's what they do. They overdo it in the beginning, and at the end, they always broke, always struggling. This is the ghetto circle. Okay. Case in point, the food stamp card. I know people here. Just a minute. Here comes a noise maker. The magical food stamp card. This is a mental problem. People get thousands of dollars. I knew a person that got $3,000 a month, misappropriated and screwed up every dime except the rent and the bills. And then start looking at my $200 food stamp like it was a gold card. Done fucked off $2,000. And, and I know so many people squander their money. So they misappropriate all their money, right? Money means nothing to them, but a food stamp card is gold. because they done got the sense to even want to spend their money on staying alive. They spend most of their money on shit that is killing them. Pepsi products and junk that is actually killing them. They don't want to spend their money on food and air and water, things that's a necessity. But they will squat it off in a minute on beer, wine, and pizza.